Scotland's canals were forged in the fires of the Industrial Revolution, catalysing the expansion of Glasgow and satellite towns like Falkirk, Coatbridge and Grangemouth. They fell into dereliction in the mid-20th century. 5 of the canals were saved by national investment programmes and lobbying by a passionate consortium of societies, individuals and canal-side communities.
When I first started working as an engineer on these canals back in 1981, they were fast disappearing and regarded as no-go areas, a burden from the past. The canal network, certainly in my time and on my journey, has improved significantly. Back then, it was remainder waterways, unkept, not loved. There was no future, no vision. But gradually, that vision and that belief and that understanding that they were national assets and here for the long term has gone from being very little funded to having significant capital investment funding, which means that we can improve on year to year to make sure that these assets and these blue-green spaces not only benefit local communities, but nationally and internationally attract tourism. Scotland's canals are safe, navigable and full of life and activity today.
They do a lot for us, attracting moorings customers and supporting Scotland's thriving tourist industry, stimulating economic regeneration through our venues, attractions, real estate and services, providing precious blue-green corridors for wildlife, connecting communities and providing active travel routes for cyclists and walkers. Let's find out how all these things come together in one canal, the Forth Clyde, the world's first sea-to-sea canal, where a major programme of engineering works is underway.
The project you see today is the result of a multi-million-pound investment from our capital programme. That's funded by Scottish Government, but we're increasingly generating our own income from our tourism, estates and commercial activities. That's almost 50% and it's growing. What you see here is the final phase of works to install a lock bypass at Lock 16. We're taking this approach to help manage flow of water better. In some places, bypasses support our smart canal, which automatically lowers water levels to absorb surface water from canals, communities during heavy rainfall. We're also doing our routine replacements of the oak lock gates, which last an average of 25 years in the water. With today's knowledge and sustainable hardwood, we expect to achieve 30 to 40 years for this next generation of gates.
A quarter of Scotland's water flows through our lochs, reservoirs and canals. We manage this resource in line with more than 140 pieces of legislation in supporting net zero, biodiversity and sustainability targets. My role in the project team is to ensure everything we do is to the highest environmental standards and maintains the delicate ecological balance of the canal. The canal water is very good quality. It looks a bit murky because of the sediments at the bottom of the canal, but actually we can tell that it's good quality by the invertebrates that live in it. So for example, we've got very high scoring species if you were to do a survey like the opal survey. And we also have things like freshwater sponges that live on the canal walls and lock gates, and they are very good indicators of clean water.
As resident archaeologist and historian for the canals, my principal role is to work with the engineering team and our regulators Historic Environment Scotland to not only preserve the heritage of this 200-plus-year-old monument, but to make sure that it's relevant for the future. They're very much loved, these canals. They are part of the nation's history, so it's very important that we preserve and adapt to changing conditions and keep the canals relevant for our future generations.
Just around the corner from the engineering works, Scottish Canals is working on another exciting project. The former AG bar factory is being turned into a centre of excellence for canals and traditional skills, in partnership with Historic Environment Scotland and with funding from the Lottery Heritage Fund and the Falkirk and Grangemouth growth deal.
This building has been vacant since the 1990s when the bars relocated to Cumbernauld. So it's just been a vacant shell. It's not brought any real value to the community, and the community are desperate to see the hustle and bustle that they remember from the early days of the bars factory to come back into this building. So this project will be transformational for the area. It will bring skills and training back into the heart of the community. It will also support our volunteer programme and our pathways up to training and education as well.
This is today, but we're also looking to tomorrow. How can our waterways support our nation in meeting emerging challenges?